Oh, well done, the two of you. No, I'm nearly through.
This is a love story quite unlike any other.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun.
Two Anglican priests from opposite sides of the world who fell in love almost at first sight.
We looked at each other and said, and I said, actually, there's no future in it at all. This is an absolutely global impossibility. You're from Australia, I'm from California. And he looked at me at that moment and said, I love you. And I said, well, there is that.
So I managed to find reasons for going back to California another couple of times within the next 12 months. And there were some very important conferences that appeared. And, and so here we are, 20 years on.
After settling together in Australia for many years, Rob Whalley and John Davis kept their romance private.
I was watching John make announcements as the vicar of the parish and was aware that a member of the congregation was watching me very carefully. And at that point, I decided to put on a very neutral expression to look like I wasn't quite detached, but I wasn't attached to anything that was going on, that I didn't want to provide fuel for any kind of gossip about relationship. And because the plain truth was too much discussion could have lost John his job.
It was the marriage equality plebiscite in 2017 that ultimately led them to take their relationship public.
To have half the country seemingly weighing up the balance as to whether there was any worth whatsoever in you as a human being is not a pleasant experience.
Good afternoon, come in.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you?
When marriage equality became law, Rob and John quietly began to agitate for change within their church.
The people of Australia have already voted with their hearts. It saddens me deeply that the church I love and have served in this area is unwilling to offer that kind of heartfelt embrace.
2 weeks ago, in an Australian first, their local Wangaratta Church Council voted to allow for the formal blessing of civil unions.
It's not touching marriage at all. It's just offering a blessing to people who are themselves married by the law of the land, but not in the church. That's all it is. That's all it is. Small bickies, really, in the scheme of things.
It's a move that's angered some within the church.
I don't approve of that, because the way it's constructed is blessing marriages under the Marriage Act, which are legal in this country, of course, I recognise that. But in the church, we recognise holy matrimony, and marriage between two men or two women is not in accordance with God's word, nor in accordance with church law.
Sydney Archbishop Glenn Davies says the proposed blessing has been referred to a church tribunal.
To go against the teaching of the Bible in this regard is actually very serious. Serious for the people who do so, but serious for the Bible-believing Anglicans around the country who do not want this to take place, and to ride roughshod over it. 67 people in rural Victoria breaking the Anglican communion in Australia is a very sad but very grievous situation.
Most gracious and loving God, bless these rings.
John and Rob have found plenty of support from within their church and community.
That they should find the courage to step into this marriage, even though I know very well that there's a lot of rumbling in the background. They just haven't let it stop them doing what they believe to be true and good.
As long as you both shall live.
I will.
John Davis and Rob Whalley are married.
Their church blessing has been delayed until after the appellate tribunal's decision.
One of the joys of being a priest is baptizing babies, is praying with the sick and the dying, is being with people when they're married, is being with people going through crises or breakthroughs or breakdowns or whatever. And the noticeable omission on that is when two men realize that they're in love and they want it to be forever.
Or two women.
Or two women.
Or whatever.
That they can't go further on that. It's an obscenity.
For now, though, it's time for celebration.
And here we go.
If it does come together and says there's nothing to see here, then this will be something of huge significance to any diocese across the country who cares to take it on.
In a way, is it exciting being a test case?
Oh, you betcha.
It's a privilege.
It's an honour, and it's important.
This will be an everlasting love. Oh, yes, it will now.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.